My first job as an executive was with Miami. And I'd been an assistant coach when the franchise started. And so I knew all the people there. And the two guys who had originally been brought in as part owners to run the team were leaving. And so Mickey Arison was the owner's son, and Mickey was inheriting the team. And so I put together, I had gotten kind of out of coaching. The coaching staff had gotten fired, so I was looking for something to do. And I put together like a 30 or 40 page booklet for Mickey that the team's lawyer, who was a good friend of mine, had recommended I do. I went, had a nice interview with Mickey, and we hit it off. And from that point on, that's kind of what started the executive path. So I kind of went executive coaching, and then really started staying on the executive side. If you win a title, you're probably a good GM. That's one. But I think the other thing is trying to use your resources well, plan well, because sometimes some of the GMs they have limited budgets. It's not where you can just spend what you want. So I think trying to understand what your team needs, if you want to be on a championship path, and if you're not, I don't know why you're not, because it's kind of like you dream too small. But okay, what's it going to take to get there? What resources do we need? How do I help all the employees reach their potential? How do I make them feel valued? So there's a couple different levels that you're trying to help people become more productive and efficient and enjoy their jobs. But ultimately, you're trying to help your team get to the finals every year. I think every franchise has a different culture, and some don't have any culture. One of the statistics I was quoting today was, the Lakers have been in the league for 71 years, and you've been in the playoffs 60 of those. You've been in the finals almost half that time. That's like unheard of. Jerry West has been in the finals with his teams either as a player, general manager, or president, 23 years out of the 60 years of his age. So a third of his life he's been in the finals somewhere, or his teams have. And yet I can't put my hand on why the Lakers have done so well, because they've had different coaches, different players and everything, but there's something about when you join that franchise or the Celtics that what you're expected to do. There's expectations, and on some franchises there just isn't, I don't think it's limited just to where you're from. It's like, okay, well, European players or players all over the world come in and play in the NBA. So why can't a coach come in, or why can't a GM come in? I think it's going to be more that a team will be willing to take the opportunity, take the chance, and give someone the opportunity to do it, and give them a long enough contract that they could show what they, it's not a 2-year deal where if you haven't won a title in 2 years, you're out. But yeah, I think basketball is about ideas and managing people and a lot of those things, and I don't see why a guy in Europe would have trouble doing that. It's more, okay, it's maybe a little bit of an adjustment, just like if a GM from here tried to go back and be the GM of Cheska or something like that. So yeah, I don't think it's that difficult to make. He'll have challenges, but just because he's from Europe, I don't think would. Yeah, I mean, I think I finished my 43rd year, and what's interesting when I look back is I think it's fascinating to look at the future of basketball, okay? But when I look back, one of the things that fascinates me is some things that happened that at the beginning, if you had told me they were going to happen, I would have said, oh, no way that's going to happen. And then when they happen and you kind of get there, you go, wow, I should have seen this coming. Of course this was going to happen, And there's some little things too that are fascinating, because in the 70s when I played, if let's say you sprained your ankle, well, the little plastic bags to put ice in hadn't been invented yet. And now before a game, everybody's iced up in the bags. They put them all together before the game. They wrap them. 10 seconds, you got 5 bags on you. You had to put your foot in a bucket. They poured the ice in the bucket. And if there was another teammate, he put his foot in the same bucket. So there have been just these little advances that, nobody expected plastic bags to be invented, and bottled water. When bottled water first came out, you go, what am I going to pay for water out of a bottle? So some of even the simplest things, as I look back over the years I've been in it, I kind of laugh and go, well, yeah, somebody could, why didn't I see that?